It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Damn, who knew? All the planes we flew, good things we've been through. That I'll be standing right here talking to you about another path. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture. Those were the days, hard work forever pays. Now I see you in a better place. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
It's been a long day.
1, 2, 1, 2. Can you hear me? 1, 2. One, two, 1, 2. My name is Piers. I had bacon and eggs for breakfast.
How exciting. Oh, wow, I'm really loud, aren't I? Yeah. How exciting. Exciting. Yeah. That's me. Brilliant. We'll throw that up a little bit. Take that down a little bit. Mike is in the house.
Can we get on with this? Because I can't. I really need to get these words right.
Yeah. Are you all right with sound?
Okay. I'm not going to play one.
Okay.
No, let's just get on with it.
No intro.
I'm going to talk.
Yeah, alright. In that case, give it 2 or 3 seconds silence before you then kick in.
Okay.
Alright. Okie dokie.
We're missing that smell. Yeah. That was West One Studio.
Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Portobello Radio Show. This week we had some traumatic, devastating news. A young man, a talented young man, a beautiful young man with his whole life ahead of him, was killed on Primrose Hill. Every life is precious, every life lost is a tragedy, but this one particularly touched us because it was the son of our partner, Chris Sullivan. Finbar Sullivan was killed in a ludicrous, senseless act of violence, and we have no words. All we can say is our heart goes out to Leah and Chris and the rest of the extended family, all of their friends, and we just hope time can help. We're going to play a song. I mean, it's a song I picked up off Liam Tuke last week, and it's the obvious theme for the whole show today.
Why can't we live together? Tell me why, why can't we live together? Why can't we live together? No more wars, no more wars, no more war. Just a little peace in this world. No more wars, no more war. All we want is some peace in this world. Everybody wants to live together. Why can't we live together? Still my brother. I said no matter what color, you are still my brother. Everybody wants to live together. Why can't we live together?
Yeah, that is Timmy Thomas, Why Can't We Live Together? An absolute classic and a sentiment that we should all live by forever. Shh.
Indeed, absolutely.
Isis, welcome to the show. Oh, by the way, I'm Piers Thompson.
I'm Greg Weir, welcome aboard.
And of course, I'm Isis.
Yes, man, brilliant.
Isis, welcome back. It's the first time we three have been together.
Yes, Gregsy and I held the ship together last week, didn't we? We did our what would we call it, impromptu or...
You just drag people in off the street.
Well,
literally that.
They kind of dragged themselves in, to be fair, but people just kept coming in. We were like, okay, it's just the two of us, and then so
it went really, really well. I can't
really
thank you enough, man.
I can't thank you.
Anyway, just stay on the subject of why can't we live together. Our next guest in a minute is going to be Miriam Sevilla, and she's going to be talking to us about the Bleed Kit campaign. If you remember, there was an event at the fire station on Ladbroke Grove in the mid-March, raising money. You know, we've had this tragic incident on Primrose Hill, and it's happening at the same time that the president of the civilized world is threatening to bomb people into the Stone Age, to destroy civilizations.
I know, it's mad.
Ancient civilizations that existed before America was even a thought.
Yeah, I mean,
well, these are supposedly our leaders.
times.
These are people we look up to. These are people we're supposed to respect.
Oh, hell no.
Why are the kids going around and misbehaving like so? Well, it's obvious, because they've got absolutely no leadership. If that is leadership.
But also, you know, when you hear about things like this awful event and you hear about shootings and whatever, what do they promote? Yeah. I mean, even the video games, the films, there's so much about people going out, and the governments are going out and murdering people. So, in a way, that energy, if you want to look at it even on a psychodynamic level, the messaging and the energy is not good.
Yeah, and then, you know, with the social media thing at the moment, we're in some terrible vortex, which seems, you know, no one is ever going to agree with anyone else ever again, because you've got these hardened views from our echo chambers, and I don't know.
Well, it's the snake eating the tail, isn't it? The snake's tail.
Yeah, anyway, we're going to talk to Miriam in a minute, and hopefully there's something that we can do as a result, just to get a tiny bit further towards a better place. We're going to talk to Paul Charles.
Oh, cool.
Paul was a music PR who wrote a book about his life in music, Adventures in Wonderland. He was on Bright Side of the Road.
He was, absolutely.
I think he worked with Van Morrison and
the Beatles.
U2 and Beatles and all sorts.
The ever-pleasant Van Morrison.
Yeah, he made some good tunes.
No, he's an amazing artist. I found it really disappointing when I heard about his character. I know.
The most miserable man who ever came
Because I love
to
his
Nottingham.
music.
At 5 o'clock,
We've got Billy.
you invited him.
Yeah, Billy, and I can't remember his surname. Forgive me, Billy. He's coming in. I think Porsche will be coming in. He's standing for Labour.
Oh,
in the
he's
local.
stepping in for Emma in St Helens.
Well, Emma's an independent, so
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah,
so
but
I
he's
make that mistake every time.
yeah, he's standing. Anyway, he's going to be in the local election, standing for St Helens, your neighbouring.
Yeah, just
ward.
over the westway from me.
Yeah.
And at 5:30, Tina Rose is coming in to talk about her new single, play her new
Brilliant.
single.
Oh, nice. That should be fun. So a little bit of live music here on Portobello Radio too.
Indeed. Before we talk to Miriam, we're going to play what?
We're going to play Wiz Khalif's Will I See You Again? Because, of course, sadly, every event that I've been to recently over the last sort of 4 or 5 years has dropped this tune, and it seems to be the one that the youth resonate with as being their sort of tune for remembering their dead.
We should make a mention also there was another young man in Watford 3 hours earlier, and just because we don't know him, but we should still remember him.
Send
because
out massive love to
every
the family
life
and friends.
matters.
Every life matters. You're absolutely right. Alrighty, well, this one breaks my heart every time, so enjoy.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Damn, who knew? All the planes we flew, good things we've been through. That I'll be standing right here talking to you about another path. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture. Those were the days, hard work forever pays. Now I see you in a better place. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way, from where we began.
We started.
Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again.
Let me tell you.
When I see you again.
First you both go out your way and the vibe is feeling strong, and what's small turn to a friendship turn to a bond, and that bond will never be broken, the love will never get lost. And when brotherhood come first, then the line will never be crossed. Established it on our own when that line had to be drawn, and that line is what we reach, so remember me when I'm gone. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last
So
one.
let the light guide your way. Yeah. Hold every memory as you go, and every road you take will always lead you home. Oh, it's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Yeah, thank you, Gregsy.
Amazing, absolutely amazing, and desperately sad. The whole thing, absolutely gutting, man.
Very
Well-
beautiful track.
Yeah.
Isn't it lovely? Isn't it lovely? Beautiful.
Well, we're going to talk to our next guest, and maybe there are things we can do to at least help. Welcome, Miriam Sevilla, to the show.
Hello, my name's Miriam. I'm one of the directors of Unified Against Violence.
Right.
Thank
Yeah.
you for having me.
No,
No worries, no worries
we
at
met
all.
actually this week because we were working together on a joint project between Kids on the Green and Portobello Radio, and some of those kids are in the studio right now. We might talk to them in a minute, but tell us about Unified Against Violence. What's the aim?
Unified Against Violence was launched about 3 years ago between me and another colleague from Lived Experiences. We're both firefighters and both had been affected through knife crime. We decided to turn our pain into something positive and see how we could help people by training people on life-saving skills, installing bleed kits around the community, and doing events to bring the community together, to unite everybody and create opportunity for everybody.
You did. We talked. We did promote the event you did recently up here at North Ken Fire Station, where David Baddiel and co all work. The thing about a bleed kit.
Yeah,
is
maybe you should explain what a bleed kit is first.
Sure.
because
Yeah.
it could help, couldn't it?
Yeah.
So a bleed control kit is for a catastrophic bleed, very similar to a first aid kit, but it's got equipment inside specifically for catastrophic bleeds. We're talking about somebody falling off a bicycle or climbing a fence to, unfortunately, stabbings and
So it's the
crime
excessive
related.
blood loss.
Exactly.
So does it include things that coagulate the blood and
Yes,
kind
and
of, yeah.
other things like tourniquets. Again, with the learning on how to use the bleed kit, a lot of the times you won't actually need a bleed kit. You could use a t-shirt or anything that comes to hand if you know this, if you have the skills.
So if I'm somewhere and a terrible thing happens in front of me, there's a box there. It's a bit like the defibrillator boxes, or it's almost like a life belt, isn't it?
That's correct. We're actually installing the bleed kit with the defib because both things come quite hand to hand. It's a box on a wall. It's got a code. You will call LAS. They will tell you.
That's 999 to us.
Exactly, yes, sorry. 999. And they can direct you to the closest bleed kit. They will stay on the phone to you. They will give you a code and directly on how to use the bleed kit. It's also got aid manual inside, so it's quite self-explanatory, and it really does bridge the gap between the emergency services arriving and life or death, really.
Well,
So-
funny, we just at work where a place I'm running, we had somebody come in to do some first aid at work training, and the whole thing about bleeding came up. I mean, obviously a very heavy bleed. And of course, once somebody starts to lose a certain amount of blood, then there's a whole thing about their breathing and them going unconscious. So it's all connected.
It sure is, yeah.
I mean, obviously, it's one of those things, isn't it? Like, last week we're all happy and, skipping along. You don't expect a terrible event to happen. And as far as I understand, the bleed control kit, not only has it got the bits and bobs that you need, or hopefully can use to stem a bleed, it's also very clear in its instructions on how to use it.
It sure is. Everything's colour coordinated. And again, once you access the bleed kit, you will have the support through 999.
So you'd be on the phone with somebody supporting you.
That's correct. And to be honest with you, even if you didn't, it's very, very, very self-explanatory.
And do you need more than one person, or one person can jump in and do it?
one
if-
person
yeah.
can
Hopefully,
save somebody's
hopefully
life.
the other people would help rather
Well,
than
we would
just
hope
stand
so,
around
yeah.
and video it.
Yeah, we'd hope so.
Yeah, we hope so. But
Yeah.
even to yourself, if you have a large injury to yourself, you're actually able to save your life
Oh, right.
if you have them skills.
So if you
And that
came off your bike
knowledge, yeah.
late at night,
And
Yeah,
I
you
suppose
could-
the primary objective is to stop the blood loss.
That's correct. Yeah, that is correct. and as well to give confidence to the community. The same way anybody can injure themselves, anybody can save a
And keep the
life.
person calm, I imagine, as much as possible.
Yes, yeah. It's also creating a lot of opportunities for other people to go out there and teach people. Our first fundraiser was actually my son, who was 10 years old at the time, and he cut his hair for the first bleed kits. And that really inspired me. It really inspired me, and it really inspired a lot of other people that are now part of the team. Thank you so much for All for One Community Hub, who we partnered up with to do the event at North Kensington Fire Station. Without them, it wouldn't have been possible. And we just fundraised enough money for another bleed kit, which we will be installing soon.
And how much do they cost? I mean, how much, when we're talking about fundraising, what sort of money are we talking about?
We're talking about £2,000 for the bleed kit that is accessible 24/7. We do have other bleed kits that have been given out to youth clubs.
You've got one at KOTG, haven't you, Kids on the Green?
That is correct. There's actually a few of them. There's one at Lancaster Youth Club as well, and Fit for Life. So they are accessible, but only when they are open.
And can they be used more than once? Once you open the kit, is that it then, or?
Depending on what is used inside the kit,
Right.
it's a one-time use, yeah.
Okay, so does the local authority or the NHS provide any financial support or provision of
So
it?
far, we are only going by our own fundraising. So the bleed kit cabinet, as I said, is £2,000. We like to be able to at least do an event with it so we can fundraise. So that it's kind of like a circle that keeps giving.
The other thing you do, as well as provide the bleed kits, is you provide training we've all watched the movies, someone gets shot and, someone presses on their stomach, and that's kind of actually what you need to do in real life. But if you provide the training, it could make the difference, couldn't it, between doing it right and doing it not quite right enough?
Definitely.
Yeah, I think it's as well it's building confidence. A lot of people wouldn't even step in if they didn't have just that little bit of confidence of saying, actually, I remember something from that day, from that training, and I'm comfortable with doing it. So we're hoping to make people, more comfortable.
And I think
To
the
step
confidence
in.
is key, because I know I've certainly heard that people often don't step in because they're worried they're going to cause more harm than help. And that's the thing about getting people to realise, like you said, if it's really simple instructions, that actually every little bit that you do, it will make a difference. And it's unlikely to actually harm somebody who's at risk
And
of
what an
bleeding
amazing
out.
thing to save somebody's life.
Amazing thing to save someone's life. I mean, slightly different thing. My wife was once, a friend of ours was giving birth and she couldn't get to the hospital. My wife was involved in that thing of delivering the baby. She was on the phone while some other woman was doing whatever it is you do when you deliver a baby. And, that moment will never leave Tanya. That will stay with her forever, just being in a tiny way involved in creating a life. And it must be, to save a life must be a joy.
It definitely is.
How you do these big events every now and then, but I mean, there are people listening, people who are hurt on Chris and Leah's behalf. If they, are sitting there thinking, I've got 50 quid I could spare for this, how would they get it to Unified Against Violence?
Yes, we've got a Just Giving page that's open. It can be found on our Instagram. Our Instagram is Unified Against Violence. There's also many other ways that I would love to reach out to people to help if they've got any ideas on fundraising, from car washes to art shows, anything. We got really supported with Portobello vegan nights, Portobello nights.
Yeah, we love them.
All the stalls donated a percentage towards what the bleed kit that was installed on Portobello, on North Kensington Fire Station. So it just goes to show you how powerful it is to get together. So yeah, absolutely. If anybody wants to help, we will be really grateful.
And as Tesco's always say, every little helps.
I have just one more question or point. So I'm lucky, but I'm not one of those people. There are people who are very phobic about blood. Now, is there a way that, say somebody is they might themselves be apprehensive, that they could encourage somebody else to kind of take on some of that role so that they can deal with a situation like that. Because I know, luckily,
Sure.
I know that if there was a blood situation, I'm happy to jump in. There are other things I am phobic about, but not blood.
Sure. I do believe in a life and death situation. There's loads of ways of helping each other. Even if it is bringing the bleed control kit to the person that is injured, depending how injured they are, they will be able to apply a tourniquet to themselves until emergency services arrive. Don't ever shy away. There's always something that somebody can do. Even if you don't like blood, you can always call emergency services, go and get somebody else, stop somebody. There's always something you can do to help somebody else.
So don't think you can't do it.
That's
Yeah.
exactly.
And just remember how we all were after Grenfell. There was there are moments like Grenfell when people, the good side in people, just comes out and everyone wants to help, and that's in us all the time.
We should embrace that more often,
Yeah.
and not wait for bad things to happen. But it is lovely to see people unite when people are suffering. Just we need a little bit more unity in the good times, not just in the bad times.
That's right. Now, I saw, this is actually about the previous week when there was that event in Clapham, which I was abroad, so I didn't really catch what happened. But I did read some crazed right-wing commentator pouring derision on the idea that youth clubs would help keep young people away from mischief. Now, you work at Kids on the Green. We work with you. I'm a trustee at Youth Action Alliance. We've got the Harrow Club over there. We've got Rugby Portobello there. We've got Lancaster Youth there. And Avenues, of course. We had a young lady from Avenues on the radio this week. We're in a way quite lucky in this neighbourhood. It's something
We're very lucky. There's so many boroughs where there are no youth provision.
It's for reasons of history and also recent history, the youth clubs have survived, albeit with devastated funding. I mean, having somewhere that kids can go, be heard, be made welcome, be made to feel like they're worth it. It's so important.
Very, very important. It really is. Unfortunately, London is a beautiful and a very dark place at the same time. It's very easy to get yourself into trouble if you don't have the right guidance. And it brings people together in them places that really want to help children, that have been through some sort of lived experience. Myself, I got into youth, helping the youth because I was in care and I didn't have that guidance. And I've been able to find my family at youth centres. So if any young people are listening, please do look for your local youth centres. There's so much opportunity. There's so much love to be given. Reach out to your local youth centres.
I think the important thing as well is safety as well, talking about what we're talking about. I do think that youth clubs can provide a safe space.
Yeah.
I mean, there are so many young people that don't have the privilege of a garden or even, space in their homes because they're living in overcrowded conditions, and often they end up literally hanging on the street. And like you said, sometimes
The
it's
devil
not safe.
makes work for idle hands.
Yeah, and just there are dangers there for young people, not only knife crime, but there are other things as well.
Yeah, all sorts. Yes, support your local youth club. Lobby your councillor to make sure that your council is giving enough money to youth provision. We had a gorgeous couple of days this week, didn't we? Taking some of the kids on the green to first talk to Marcia and about green space and how much it's needed. And then we went up to Dove. Some of you will know Dove. Actually, some of you will know Dove from the sound systems. But we went up to an amazing place up there in the northwest bit of Brent. We might talk to some of the young people in a moment. Taking people from the urban jungle, the concrete jungle, up to those beautiful green spaces. Everyone was so chilled afterwards.
Yes, you could, just like Dove explained it, I think that's the perfect way. You could see all of the layers peeling off. I feel like we live in fight or flight mode most of the day and time with a lot of decisions that we make, and to see the children just go back to nature. No TVs, no screens, no distractions, just peace and quiet. And it was very, very, very quiet, wasn't it?
Yeah, you had the birds and the bees, but otherwise...
But it didn't feel like a city at all.
No.
It was a little piece of heaven.
It was a piece of heaven. Miriam, thank you for coming and talking to us about that. We're going to, in a moment, we're just going to have a very quick word with Romeo, Leandro and Valentina.
Thank you so much for having me.
The important thing with young kids is they need to be loved. I was trying to find the appropriate song. Bob Marley's what I found. Yes, that is the late great Bob Marley, Could You Be Loved? And the lesson is everybody could be loved. And if we made sure that everyone was loved, maybe some fewer senseless incidents might happen.
I think it was his mother's birthday just yesterday or the day before, Cedella Marley. So happy Earth Strong to the mother of Bob Marley.
Nice. So we talked about Kids on the Green. I'm sure an awful lot of you out there know exactly who they are, but we have some actual kids on the green right here in the studio, and we're going to say hello. Hello, what's your name?
My name is Valentina.
Could you do that again, because we didn't have it loud enough?
My name's Valentina.
Hello, Valentina. And what is your name?
Hello, my name's Romeo.
Hi, Romeo. And what is your name?
My name's Leandro.
Now, actually, I knew that because we've been working together for the last couple of days.
But now the listeners know that.
Yeah. So, Kids on the Green, you go there, you know, quite a lot. It's the holidays now, so you're probably there more often than you usually are. Can someone tell me what is great about it? Valentina, what do you like about Kids on the Green?
I like it how you have like more arts and crafts than usual, and it's just a place where you can make more friends.
Yeah, that's important because that's what we were talking about a lot. You need places where you can meet friends and make new friends, don't you, Romeo?
Yeah, you do. What I love about Kids on the Green is that you're able to like not just be able to go there with friends, but you're also able to go there just by yourself, just to relax, get like a piece of moment to just relax and like zone out. You're like able to make music, you're allowed to do DJ sessions, and just to release from anything that's annoying you or giving you any stress.
And how long have you been going to Kids on the Green?
A couple of years.
Yeah.
You've been going, maybe you've all been going a couple of years?
Yeah.
Leandro, what
like
is-
since it started.
Since it started,
Yeah.
okay.
One of my favourite things about Kids on the Green is it's always something to do, and you don't actually need to do any of it. So
Right.
To
I love
time
that.
out
It's a sort of,
and just space.
it's optional if you want to do anything. You could just sit on the sofa and watch everyone else, or you could do 100 million things that it facilitates.
Yeah.
I think that is actually a really important thing, because I think the original idea of youth clubs was just a space for young people. And then over the years, some youth clubs have become so like pushy, like you must take part in this and you must take part in that. And I don't think that's always what young people need. I like the fact that you're saying you just want some space sometimes.
So this week we've been making a podcast about green spaces, and we went to talk to Marcia in Hope Gardens, and she was very eloquent on why you should have green spaces. And then we went up a bit further north, half an hour away in Brent. Where did we go? What did we see?
We went to Bush Farm where we saw quite a couple of horses, and it was just a massive piece of land where you can see Wembley from, which has quite a funny history because there's a bunker underneath the hill. So we went there, which is quite exciting, and it's just a massive piece of land which Dove, the owner of it, is planning to make it into a massive park with an natural amphitheatre, ponds, and just a place for young children, and as she emphasised, everyone from the age bracket of dead to newborn to come and relax.
Yeah. Romeo, what was your favourite bit about going up there too? It was like being in the country, but it's only in Brent.
Yeah, my favourite part was exactly what you said, that I could literally, like Leandro says, I could literally see Wembley from where I was standing, and it just looked like I was in a completely different area than London, and I would have never expected it to be behind like rows and rows of houses and this massive green space just be smack bang right there. And I liked it because you could go there and forget the time. Like when we left to go there at around maybe 4-ish, and when we left it was 6, and I didn't even realize it was 6. I thought we spent like
10 minutes.
yeah, like 10 minutes. It was just amazing.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Valentina, I think I know the answer to this, but what was your favourite thing about Bush Farm?
I think my favourite thing was the animals, mostly the horses, because I just used to feed them and that's it.
Can you remember what their names were?
So I think one of them was Sky, then Blue,
You're getting a hint there from your brother.
what? Oh, Bouncer,
Sunny.
And
Sunny.
There you go,
and
that's all of
some
them.
others.
4.
No,
And
no,
then-
I remember there was more.
That was 4.
No, there
was
was
4.
more. No,
There was 4.
Dove said there was more.
Oh, we
There was
better-
4.
We better
There
go-
was more.
Oh, there's going to be more. We'll go back and find out. We'll go back and count them. Guys, thank you so much for your work this week. Thank you for coming on now. Now, we have a song coming up which you're going to introduce, Valentina. What is the next song?
It's Yellow by Coldplay.
Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
kids on the green.
I'm very proud. Very, very proud.
Look at the stars, look how they shine for you, and everything you do. Yeah, they were all yellow. I came along, I wrote a song for you, and all the things you do. It was called Yellow. So then I took my turn. Oh, what a thing to have done. And it was all yellow. Your skin, oh yeah, your skin and bones turn into something beautiful. And you know I love you so. You know I love you so. I swam across, I jumped across for you. Oh, what a thing to do. 'Cause you were all yellow. I drew a line, I drew a line for you. Oh, what a thing to do. And it was all yellow. Your skin, oh yeah, your skin and bones turn into something beautiful. And you know, for you I bleed myself dry. For you I bleed myself dry. It's true. Look how they shine for you. 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 Look how they shine. Look at the stars. Look how they shine for you. And all the things that you do.
Yeah, that is Yellow by Coldplay. That may be the first time we've played Coldplay on Portobello Radio. But
Yeah, they're one of those like really depressing bands, aren't
Yeah.
they? There's something about them.
we're delighted to welcome our next guest to the show, an old friend, actually not of this show, but of Bright Side of the Road. It's Paul Charles. Welcome.
Welcome, thank you.
Now, last time you were on, we talked about your storied career in the music business, because you were bringing out a book called Adventures in Wonderland.
Yeah, the very same, yes indeed, yeah. And we did a night down below
Yeah.
in the Irish Culture Centre. Yeah.
And that detailed your life in the music biz. We're actually here to talk about your life as a novelist, but just remind people how you started in the music business as a young man in Ireland.
Well, as a young kid, really, I was 15 when I managed my first band,
Wow.
and they were a bunch of mates from school, and the only way I could continue to hang out with them was because I couldn't sing, I couldn't play an instrument, and my dad didn't have a motor car to ferry them around. So, but I did know a guy who played saxophone in a show band, so I went, knocked on his door and said, "Would you ever give these lads a cook?" They were rehearsing a lot but not doing any shows. So he said, "Yeah, of course," in the old show band tradition. Took out his diary and gave us 3 dates. So I went to the band, and our bookings they were called down. Went to the band and said, you know, here's 3 support guys.
We got some gigs.
Yeah, and they said, okay, you're the manager.
But your first office,
It was a telephone box, which was probably about maybe a quarter to half a mile from the house. So people would ring. They'd say, "Can I speak to Paul Charles?" Somebody would be passing by, but if the phone, they'd say, "Yeah, hang on." So they'd walk. On the way down to the house, they'd probably chat with their mates along the way. They'd come along. They'd always knock on the window. They'd never say, "Paul, there's a phone call for you." They'd say, "Mr. Charles, there's a call for Paul." You know, and she'd say, "Well, go and tell him he's having his tea and ring back later," or something like that.
but that worked, didn't it? Because you went on to work with, I mean, drop some names here, we don't mind.
You know, I worked with a lot of people I was fans of. That was really the big thing. I got to work and meet and work with people whose music I really, really loved. You know, like Van Morrison, like Jackson Browne, like Tom Waits, the Waterboys, the Buzzcocks, the Undertones, people like that. But really all come from the fact that I wanted to work with them so much because I really, really, really loved their music.
Yeah, and that is how you did so well with them. If you want to know more about that, you can get Adventures in Wonderland.
You certainly can.
By Paul Charles, and it's available. Buy it from Amazon if you must, but try and go to your local independent bookshop. You have you've got a third life or a second life. I can't quite work out which it is, and you actually write crime novels.
Yes, yeah. Again, I have for a while. I mean, I just love writing. I just, you know, I've always dabbled in various bits and pieces of writing, like lyrics, sleeve notes, small short biographies of bands, you know, shopping lists, anything at all where I could spend a bit of time writing. And again, I always thought that, you know, it would be great to write the great Ulster novel, you know, a dream, but it would always end up in the wastepaper basket where it deserved to be. And it was later when I discovered the work of Colin Dexter, the gentleman who wrote the wonderful Moore stories. I realised through that if you followed his thread, you have the way into a book, and the way into the book is you have to serve 3 masters: who did it, how they did it, and why they did it.
Yeah.
And once you are looking after those, then the rest of it all comes naturally. That's kind of really the skeleton, but you can deal with all of the other stuff you want to deal with: characters, relationships, romances, everything, as long as you go back to each day to follow those 3 threads, you know. And that's the way I write. I write like a reader. I go to the story every morning to see what's going to happen next, you know, and not really knowing what's going to happen next. The characters usually tell you, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I was just going to say, John Banville, of course, one of Ireland's greatest writers, as well as his literary novels, has his detectives,
Yes.
and they are beautiful books which you should look at if you
Stunning
can.
books, yeah.
Who's your detective, and what era is he in, and what crimes does he solve?
The detective in this story is called McCusker, and he's originally from Portrush, now stationed in Belfast. He's kind of been made redundant, and then he's come back as what's called a yellow top, which is a kind of contract police.
Contract copper?
Yeah, contract copper, yellow tops. Yeah, they say they call them over there. like, because all the the washing powders, the detergents all have the yellow tops. That's how people know them. They're not the real thing. So the nickname comes from other police calling him a yellow top. So i.e. you're not one of us. So anyway, he's there. He's originally from Portrush. This story is set in Portrush. It's set in Portrush in 2019, at the time that the village of Portrush was invaded by 200,000 people who come to see Rory McIlroy try and win the UK Open.
Right.
Sadly, he didn't, and sadly, he didn't even make the cut. But what he did do, which stood him on a lot of people's stead, is that he was man enough to hang around, conclude his media duties, as opposed to running away and scurrying underneath and hiding underneath everything. And I think a lot of people actually became fans of his through that, and maybe more so than would have if he had won the thing.
Through his grace and humility.
Totally, yeah. I mean, which was kind of, I mean, he always was it. Obviously, it's come from his mum and dad, but he always was that person. But it was just maybe when it was never obvious before, So anyway, the reason why I said it there, because I used to with my parents. I used to go and stay in a caravan for 2 weeks every summer in Portrush. We did that for years and years. It's a very, very vibrant wee village. It's got this amazing amusement arcade called Barry's, and you walk into it, and the smells, the noise, the excitement is just palatable. It's just, so always was ticked all the boxes. And I was kind of, as I got older, I kind of kept finding myself being drawn back to it for different reasons. I didn't really know why. It was just that kind of soulful place from your youth. And then, so I kind of had this thing whereby I like to try and make the stories real. I like to make them that, it's not fiction and it doesn't read as fiction. So to do that, you kind of have to set it in real events. You have to do, so McCusker is having to go about his duties of investigation against this backdrop of this town. Like it was like a national or a town-wide wake. Everybody was going to say, oh my goodness, poor Rory, what's happened to Rory? Is he going to make, that was what it was doing. So there was this kind of, not sadness as much as kind of resolution of the end of an era, that this is Rory's not making the cut,
Hope's dashed.
Yeah, and how it was. So I thought that would be good, because that would mean that there was an atmosphere there that you kind of could drink in if you wanted, And then the other thing I had for the book was it's called "Hi Love, You Just Dropped Your Glove," and that comes from indirectly from Van Morrison. He is a lyric in one of the songs, Madam George and After Weeks, probably, well, in my opinion, the best album ever released. But it kind of goes, "Hey love, you forgot your glove," and I just when I heard that first off, it kind of kept sticking in my mind. It kept tripping me up. It kept, I just thought this would be a brilliant movie. This would be a great thing, and that was in 1968. And in this book, I had two main characters, but I wanted to find a way for them to meet, because I'm always preoccupied about how partners meet each other. Who says what? How how do you get the confidence to do it? And so I wanted it to be something that would be natural, that it could happen. So I remembered that lyric from Van Morrison, because I'd always imagined, a story, sad story of, again, not Van's interpretation, but my interpretation. In Ladbroke Grove, where Van used to live when he was in London with them, and he's at a party, and this guy is at a party. He's an Ulster man. He's young. He's shy. He sees this again incredible girl, beautiful girl, the most wonderful being he's ever seen in his life. But because he's an Ulster man, then he's not equipped to deal with it. He doesn't know how to make the connection. He doesn't know how to go up and introduce himself, and he's getting more annoyed at himself for not being equipped to do that. But anyway, she gives him a gift. She doesn't know she's giving him a gift, but she gives him a gift of getting up to move out of the room, and she leaves her glove on the chair, and he's able to say, as in Van's thing, "Hey love, you forgot your glove." So I've got my character, years later, 1976, walking along the streets of Portrush in the winter time, and he's out with his mates, and they're walking around, and there's a guy called Tom Barry, there's the young McCusker, my detective, and there's Lefty Kelly, they're wingmen, and they're out, and they're not out looking for girls as much as they're out talking about, well, if they ever did meet a girl, what would we do? What, how would it happen, or how would it not happen? And all of a sudden, they come across these three girls out for a walk as well, and Tom Barry is just dumbstruck with the girl standing in the middle, green eyes, long black hair, but just a stunning persona. It's not as much about looks as it's about just this
moment.
This whole vibe catches him. Again, the same thing. He can't do anything about it. He doesn't know anything about it. But again, inspired by Van's lyric, I kind of go, well, okay. So she accidentally drops her glove, and he's able to say, "Hey, love, you just dropped your glove." And
that was essential kind of little set play from the ages of chivalry, wasn't it?
Totally, yeah, yeah. No, you're right, yeah. And so again, the same thing happens. Though, having said that, he then freezes up. He then, doesn't know what to say next. And so he gets embarrassed, as in greatly embarrassed, so he turns on his heels and he runs after his mates. And he regrets it for the rest of the weekend, which he spends walking around Portrush looking for this magical person.
Yeah.
And she actually finds him. She bumps in, because he's so preoccupied looking for her, he doesn't see her. She bumps into him. They have another drop. This time they make a connection. This time they talk. This time it goes on, and they go on to have a life. And so then you fast forward to 2019 in Portrush, and Thomas Barry, the same boy who's uttered "I love you, just up your glove," was found dead on the Pilgrim Steps in Belfast Harbour. Sorry, Portrush Harbour.
Right.
And so McCusker's called in, and the investigation goes on from there.
And no doubt the tendrils of that crime reach back into the past.
Yeah, certainly do. And that was kind of what was one of the fun things about it, was to kind of to find the threads and follow them, to try and find a way of following them through. That it appears, that it reads as natural. It reads that this is a true story you're telling here.
Yeah. If you want to know more, you will of course have to buy the book. How do you get it? Who's it published by?
It's published Level Best Books, and it's out now, available at all good Amazons.
Yeah, it's terrible, but that is it's the answer to all of that.
Yeah, no, I mean some of the crime shops obviously do it as well.
I mean, I read a lot of American crime fiction. Most of the best American crime fiction is really rooted in geography. It's really rooted in the place. So the work of Michael Connelly is rooted in downtown Los Angeles. Yeah. George Pelecanos
and classic
in Washington.
Books. Connelly's are classic books, beautiful books.
Yeah.
Wonderful writer.
Yeah. I'm very interested by what you said very early on, which is you sit down at your desk. What time? 9 a.m.
I work from 6 to 9:30.
Oh right, so early bird.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen when you sit down to your characters.
No.
3.5 hours later.
No, you're right. I mean, I go to it as a reader. I go. That's why I can get out of bed, because it's not a chore. It's not, oh God, what am I going to do? It's just there's a buzz, there's an excitement. What happens, and the characters tell you. And because you may think, oh yeah, tomorrow I'm going to do bring him in, and then the next day you go to no. That's not how this happens. That would never happen. And it's surprising, really, that when you make the characters real, that they will lead you, that they will kind of have an impact on your storyline.
Yeah, if you've written the characters properly and you've set them a situation, you should be able to work out what they're going to do. Yep. Just before we go, talking about Michael Connelly, I just started reading his most recent one, which is Nightshade.
Yeah.
And he has got slightly bored, it seems, with his previous character, Harry Bosch, and has created a brand new one.
Yeah.
Do you, as an author, once you get to a certain number of books, do you get bored with your character? Do you feel you've taken him to all the corners you can?
Not at all. In fact, I spend quite a bit of time working on the characters. I spend a bit of time making them, again, trying to make them real. So to the degree they do become like friends, I do know them, and your friends you never get bored with.
No,
there's always
get annoyed with them.
Yeah, totally. But you're always finding out new things. No matter how old the friendship is, you're always finding out new things about your friends, about your mates. So that's what I've been discovering. Touch wood. Hopefully it stays that way.
Yeah. Paul, thank you so much for coming in to talk to us.
No problem.
Is there an event at the ICC?
There is, yes, next Thursday at 7:30. We're looking forward to going there again. It was great fun last time with Rosalind, and so we're expecting a nice night again there.
Yeah. And as we always tell you, it's the best Guinness in London.
Indeed.
It is, and it's the same price as it is at the Tabernacle, which
There-
makes
okay.
it almost the cheapest in
Right.
London. Paul, thank you so
No,
much.
thanks so much for
Paul
your time.
Charles, well, you want to read about Paul's career in music, and that is a cracking read with loads of funny. You don't dish too much dirt, but you do let people behind the curtain a bit, don't you?
Yeah, I think in a nice, with the nicer things, like the kind of nicer stories, the warmer stories. I think there's too much dish and dirt and stuff going on. I think, but equally there's some really, really nice stories around as well, and those are the ones I concentrate on.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to play a song which I was singing this morning. You mentioned Van. He's got a very close connection to this neighbourhood. Moondance.
Oh, there you go. None better.
Well, it's a marvelous night for a moon dance with the stars up above in your eyes. A fantabulous night to make romance neath the cover of October skies. You know the leaves on the trees are falling to the sound of the breezes that blow. And I'm trying to please to the calling of your heartstrings that play soft and low. You know the night's magic seem to whisper and hush. You know the soft moonlight seems to shine in your blush. Can I just have one more moon dance with you, my love? Can I just make some more romance with you, my love? Well, I wanna make love to you tonight. I can't wait till the morning has come. And I know now the time is just right, and straight into my arms you will run. And when you come, my heart will be waiting to make sure that you're never alone. There and then all my dreams will come true, dear. There and then I will make you my own. And every time I touch you, you just tremble inside. Then I know how much you want me that you can't hide. Can I just have one more moon dance with you, my love? Can I just make some more romance with you, my love? The cover of October skies. All the leaves on the trees are falling to the sound of the breezes that blow. And I'm trying to please to the calling of your heartstrings that play soft and low. In all the night's magic seems to whisper and hush. In all the soft moonlight seems to shine in your blush. Can I just have one more moon dance with you, my love? Can I just Let's make some more romance with you, my love. One moment dance with you in the moonlight on a magic night. La, 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 the moonlight on a magic night. Can I just have one moment dance with you, my love?
Moondance, Van Morrison. As many of you should know, even if you don't, on May the 7th this year, we have local elections. They're probably...
Are the local elections in every part of England? Haven't they had some...
No, it's a bit like American midterms. So they do half the country...
And then half the country.
And, every 2 years.
Yeah,
or,
yeah.
You know,
That's what I was
it's like
thinking.
the Euros and the World Cup.
All right, let's not talk about football.
Yeah, so on May the 7th, we are voting, in this borough, we're voting for our ward councillors, and the ward councillors are the people who deal with the everyday stuff, who take your concerns and your problems and your issues up the hill to the town hall in Hornton Street, and...
So they're the ones who are directly connected with the residents. If you
Yeah.
want to put it that way, they're the closest to the residents, and there's certain powers that they have that other, like, you know, your MP won't have. So it's really important to have a connection to your ward councillor,
We gotta
particularly around
remember-
housing, actually.
A key plank of creating austerity when our neighbours Cameron and Osborne instituted it was the fact they devolved, whilst they capped the amount of money that councils could raise from their residents, they also devolved all these things that had to be done to the councils. So suddenly councils have to do everything, not just clear your rubbish. It's an important thing, that's what we're trying to say.
Yeah, it is very important.
And we're delighted to have a new Labour candidate standing in St Helens. Billy, I've forgotten your second
Beckett.
name already. Billy Beckett. Billy Beckett, remember that. Billy, tell us who you are and
Yes,
why you're
introduce
standing
yourself.
for Labour in St Helens.
Thanks, Piers. So I'm Billy Beckett. I've been living here for about 5 years, and I work for Joe Powell, actually. So I also work in Parliament, and having worked in that job, it's a sort of casework job, kind of campaigns and casework. So we see all of the things that are coming in, all of the many issues that are coming into Joe's office from the many constituents that are writing to him, and the overwhelming concern is housing, and that isn't just it is damp and mould, it is disrepair, but it's also people in private rent who are worried about getting kicked out. It's leaseholders who are worried about, what they're going to do when these reforms come through. It's all this stuff coming in.
Or indeed the bills from Silchester, for instance.
People, I understand some people are in places, leaseholders, with cladding.
Yeah.
And they're being told that if they want it removed, they've got to pay some, astronomical amount.
The Silchester estate is a brilliant example of it. I've been up both those towers, well, all three of them, Dixon, Markland as well. It's not just the lifts in Whitstable. It's the ongoing sense of insecurity when you don't know that your home is going to be safe, and you don't know if it's going to be safe because no one's telling you. So you might see the works happening, and you might know that Equans is downstairs, and you might see them coming up and down, but you haven't got a clue because people aren't communicating properly.
I was about to say the communication is really awful, isn't it?
And on top of all those other disrepair things, the thing that people say to us, and one of the reasons why I'm standing, is because communication and systems aren't working properly. And as you were saying at the start of the introduction, the point of a ward councillor is to be close to residents and to know people and to know how communities work. I think that there has been a lack of that.
I mean, ward councillors are essentially the in a way, community advocates, if you want to put it that way. It ought to be anyway.
They ought to be.
Yeah, because obviously there, unfortunately, some of them aren't.
And if you look at the turnout in local elections, it is embarrassingly low. And I don't blame voters for that. I think that they look around and they think, if someone's representing me doesn't reply to an email, doesn't go to the meetings on time, doesn't do the basics, why should I give them my vote? And I think that we're seeing that not just in this borough, I think we're seeing that across England.
But there are some councillors who don't even hold surgeries.
So let's concentrate on the good councillors, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm in Nottingdale, and I have to say, Councillor Simmons is an exemplary councillor.
Yeah, well,
in
look,
so far.
you're lucky because you are in a ward with good councillors. I think it's important to also mention that.
You poshos in Norland.
Yeah, that you have people in well, I'm going to say conservative wards who don't hold surgeries, don't communicate. The only time you ever hear from them is when there's an election.
Yeah.
They have the audacity to put something through your door. So you're going to vote for someone that doesn't like you said, doesn't communicate, has no interest in your well-being as a resident. I mean, we did have Julie, who I must say was, Julie Mills. I will say she was an exception to the rule.
There's the occasional good Tory.
Yeah.
Billy, you're standing in a ward which has a very strong, tradition of Labour councillors. Of course, Emma Dent Code was a councillor there for a while. Actually, Goldborn was
Portia was
Portia Thaxter, of course, who's now going, hopefully, to be my councillor on May the 8th. What do you think the particular issues are in St Helens? Because you've got the posh bit and the not so posh bit up there, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, St Helens is interesting because it's not, well, nowhere is a given. We shouldn't take anywhere for granted. But St Helens has switched back and forth between the Conservatives and Labour a lot over the last 2 decades. So, as you say, there's the posh bits, but like everywhere in North Kensington, there are bits of Notting Hill Genesis and Octavia and Peabody flats in between, though, big houses, there's HMOs, there's private renters, so like everywhere it's mixed.
Yeah.
The issues are some of the stuff which is the bread and butter stuff that people actually care about the most. So, it's speeding, it's congestion. The closure of the Westway obviously hasn't helped that, but if you go down to St Quintin's right now, it will be, nose to tail blocked up, just like Ladbroke Grove is as well. People have there's an issue with security. People are worried about sort of safety on the streets. Those are all things that councillors can do about. There's other stuff, there's national things, and when those things come up, I say, speak to your MP, and then someone else will reply. But yeah, the issues in St Helens are both common to St Helens, but also specific as well.
And I think it's important as well that even if there is wealth or affluence in an area, very often the people in the most need are often overlooked.
Yeah.
And particularly if, I'm going to keep saying it, but if you're served by a Conservative councillor, their interest is not the most vulnerable people in society. That's just the reality.
Yeah, and if they do represent those people, they might still be part of a council that makes decisions that are
exactly
go
don't go in their favour. Exactly.
So as an example, this council was chosen to get rid of the council tax discount for the 3,000 poorest families in this borough, and that's the sort of decision that a Labour council, if we were running this, wouldn't have made. We would not have got rid of that discount, and we would be supporting the sorts of policies that the national government is making. Free childcare for both working families, free breakfast clubs. We've just had 1.2 million from the national government into this borough to set up what will be essentially Sure Start centres again.
Wow!
That's a lot of money, and I think that in order to reduce inequality, because this is also the most unequal borough, as we all know, you need to start at the bottom, which is with the kids, and you need to start investing in them properly. And I think that we just haven't seen that for many, many years here.
Is that part of the whole thing around food security as well? Because I know there was an initiative.
With the breakfast club.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's kids going to school having on empty bellies. They can't learn that way.
And it means that you are distracted and you distract everyone else and you're disruptive. And then earlier in the show, we were talking about youth clubs, for instance, and, the Clapham thing. It might be trite to say if those kids could go and play table tennis.
It's not trite. I think it's
right
systemic to say that. We need to look at things systemically.
I mean, what's frustrating though is, on the one hand, it is just money, and you can put more money into things. And Sadiq Khan has done that. He's put more money in, and we'll be opening a youth club in Kensington because of Sadiq. Yeah. But at the same time, as anyone who around here knows, part of the problem is just things not getting done. Goulburn Youth Club has been not in use for ages now, and it's not because there isn't a will. There's a lot of kids that would like to use that youth club, but it's basically sitting derelict. There are problems in there, and the council need to sort it out. But there's
a history of managed decline that the Conservatives are very good at, and then the next thing they've sold it off to developers. So that's a reality as well. That's something. But that's something that we're fighting against as well, which is tied into housing. This whole rise in selling off community assets to developers, rather than refurbishing them, putting them back into use.
Yeah. Now, Joe's been brilliant, particularly recently. He set up a petition. He talked about Cockney's pie and mash in the Houses of Parliament. He has been up the lift to see the lift shambles in Whitstable.
Yeah.
we were all together at the Methodist Church for a chat with everybody, and people like Wordy Sam and all sorts of people definitely made their views heard, and you know, he doesn't shrink from addressing those. On the other hand, you know, unless things change rapidly, you are probably going to have some people who don't vote for you because somehow Keir's done this or Keir's done that or Sadiq's done the other. Local councillors are about local business. And even, you know, we
But then I suppose the other question is, so, you know, are reform standing?
Yeah.
So you've got actual fascists standing, actual fascists and racists.
In every seat in the borough.
And then you've got the Conservatives who failed, who are hands down responsible for Grenfell and the death of at least 72 members of our community. Then you've got the Lib Dems who've never stood for anything. You don't stand for anything, you fall for everything. So there's not really much choice. I mean, I suppose the Greens maybe, but, you know, what? There isn't much choice if you think about it.
I think you are, you've been canvassing, have you already? I mean, what is the
what's the feedback
what's
like?
the Keir effect on the doorstep?
So I think the big difference with this borough and every other one in London is that we are not the incumbents, right? So in Kensington, the Tories are running the council.
Yeah.
So in that sense, when people look around themselves and they think this system isn't working locally, they can look at the Tories. So it's us. It's easy. We can look at that and say these are the things that we would do differently. I think the problem that the government has is not a lack of doing good things. I think that we've been doing a lot of good things. I think the problem that the government has is not always being very good at communicating it. And you said this at the very start, is about being close to the community and about being close to residents. That's the role of the ward councillor. We should be there telling people about that, and that's what I'm doing on the door. So when I'm speaking to people, they might actually start seeing more money in their pocket. If you have a family of one, two kids and you're already in receipt of welfare, you will now be getting a lot more money in because the two-child benefit cap has been listed. But the problem is, if we don't tell people that a Labour government did that because you voted for Labour, they just think that's the sort of thing that just happens. It just happens because that's just what governments do, and it's for good reason that people just aren't engaged with politics. So they're not looking at that and thinking, oh, this is the result of my vote, because of apathy, because of years of failure of people. Again, I'm not surprised. And it is up to us as, you know, politicians and as the government to communicate that better, to tell a story, to have a narrative. I'm doing that on the door, and I'm trying to tell people the difference it will make, and I just hope that they're listening.
And I do think the main problem with the Keir effect, if you want to call it that, is foreign policy, actually. That's where people are really unhappy. I mean, how different is it as a ward councillor in terms of what, I mean, you've kind of said it, but, you know, how you focus on what you're doing compared to the the central
I would say
kind of
anyone
party.
who's ever gone canvassing, before you go, the first time you ever go, you get really worried. You think that you're going to knock on a door and someone's going to open it and they're going to say, name me 4 policies that you like. What's he doing on this thing on foreign policy? What's he doing this thing on the economy? Blah, 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 blah. That never, ever happens. You open the door and someone says, oh, nice to meet you. You know, what's your name? Oh, very interesting. Actually, most of the time they say, sorry, I haven't got any time. I'm in the middle of dinner.
Yeah.
But it's so rare that stuff like that comes up. When you do ask people, how can we help? Are there any issues you want to talk about? It's almost always local issues because people do know that I'm not canvassing about national stuff. I'm lucky that, like you said, we've got Joe, who isn't afraid of having a chat. And if that stuff does come up, then he's always happy to have those conversations as well.
And you are, of course, a local resident.
I am, yeah.
So I mean, like Portia, of course, I mean, obviously Portia's been here forever, but I think the fact that if someone lives in, I mean, I suppose most ward councillors are, but if you live and experience the day-to-day effect of what's going on, that's another important.
So I don't live in the St Helens, actually. I live on the other side of Portobello Road. But as a good example, again, of the housing crisis, right? I could not afford to live here if it wasn't the fact that my grandparents have lived here since the 50s, and my partner and I live in their house. So like
most young people, you rely on your parents or your grandparents.
I rent from my grandparents, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's the reality. I know practically no young people, I don't know if you do, who can afford to rent.
Well, my daughter's just come back and the other one's in Korea, so she will probably come back.
Yeah, but well, where can they go? I mean, unless they secure some job earning over 100,000 a year or something, I don't know where people can go to rent somewhere in this borough.
Billy, there are people like, you know, I'm in Nottingdale. It's up till now always been a very solid Labour ward. So I have in the past, I used to vote for Eddie Adams just because he was a great socialist. You don't really hear about them. I have voted for the Greens, who I'm very disappointed in because they seem to have given up anything to do with the environment, which is what brought me towards them in the first place. There are other people, so I will be enthusiastically voting Labour this time without any question. My wife came to help canvassing for Joe, actually. There are people who've got a couple of hours a week or whatever it is, they can stick leaflets through the door. Who do they get in touch with and what do they say?
They get in touch with me. You can go to our website, Kensington Labour. We've got information about how to get in touch with us. You can write to Joe, and Joe will put them in touch with me. And they can say, we'd like to get involved. Exactly like you said, you could come canvassing with me, you could come leafleting with me. You do not have to be a member of the party. And you could put a poster up, you could just get involved, you could just tell people, just, vote. That alone would be really good.
Yeah.
Don't vote Reform in particular, but...
I have to say, if Reform get in Nottingdale, I will definitely have second thoughts about my area.
No, that would be a disaster. I mean, let's not forget that their policies are actually racist, and it's about. In fact, if Reform were to get in,
we don't give them the airtime.
No, but I'm just making a point. If Reform were to get in, I would be deported from this country. Basically, literally,
well,
I would be
vote
deported.
for Reform now.
Shut up.
There are a couple of issues with voting,
Yeah.
and you've still got time.
Yeah.
One, are you registered to vote?
Yeah.
How do people check that?
Yeah.
Is it too late if you're not registered?
You will have received your polling card.
I got mine the other day. Or
It's
our
not.
household
It's
got
not
them.
too late to register to vote. You can still register to vote. You can still register for a postal vote. In this election, like in the previous general election and in the mayoral election before that, it's now voter ID. So that means that if you want to go to the polling station to vote, you need to have a photo ID. So that's a passport, driving license.
How can you get that? Yeah.
However, if you do not have any of those documents, I know lots of people don't, you can apply for a special voting certificate, which you need to do from the council, and you can do that on their website, and you can do that in person, and you can write to them as well.
And will people have time?
Yes, you can still get that, and and you can get that within days before the election.
Excellent.
It says here you can also go to gov.uk. Do you think that's right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So get in touch with your local authority, and on this occasion they're committed to answering you and enabling you. And if you can't vote, you can't moan. That's what I always say.
And according to Piers, he wants another Labour councillor or Labour council in his ward councillors rather.
Yeah, we've already. I think we've been solid Labour ever since I moved to Latimer. Well, it was Notting Barnes, Nottingdale. Well, it changed its name every time. I moved there in 2005. I don't think we've returned anyone from the blue, green,
No,
yellow,
sadly, I've lived in my ward since
turquoise
1994,
parties.
and it's always been the wrong colour, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
I know you have a very busy life at this time. Good luck.
Brilliant.
Hopefully you won't need it.
Thanks very much.
And if you're out there, tell your mates, tell the other people on your floor,
Yeah.
tell your person next door, tell the people at the men's shed, tell the people in your gardening club. Portia.
Yeah. I also want to say something. One of the most important, hello?
You have to talk into the mic.
Yes, I
your
think
mouth.
local election, I think, is very important because to vote Labour, because we have the blueprint. We remember all that's happened for the last 8 years. So a new councillor, it's going to take them another 3 years to actually grasp.
Get up to speed.
Do you understand? The council is a big place. A lot of committees, a lot of sections that they need to grasp. And I also think that we've got the passion. We've been doing community activism for a very long time, plus projects, plus we know our residents, and I think it will be a shame for that to go to waste. I think we need to keep up the fire on the
Institutional
Tories
memory.
and reform, absolutely. And I think we need to keep the fire up on the Tories. We need to know what happened in Grenfell. We also need to carry on supporting our residents through this tragedy. Cost of living, housing disrepair, and what else, Billy?
Well,
everything else.
There's so many other things, but I'm just saying, on the doorstep, there's so much challenges that our residents are facing. And I think we need to carry on with that work. It would be a great loss if we...
We do
let it go.
indeed. And in fact, Portobello Radio is making one of our Future Hood podcasts next week with the Youth Council. And we are going for a walk through Nottingdale, examining ways that we could green it up and make it more sustainable environmentally.
Well, you might see Portia along there with
Yeah.
her
And
love of
guys,
allotments.
Yeah, there's another one at Community Garden Tour. The Community Garden Tour, I think, will be next week at the Tabernacle. There is a 3-day show about Nottingdale future neighbourhoods, and I think the soundtrack is going to be the long version of our Community Garden Walk, which was so charming, and Zakia called it wholesome.
Okay, and yes, there's the exhibition that Ilaria and I will be putting up as well on Monday and Tuesday. Will be featured there. Our Windows of
And
Hope.
please do bear in mind also that the Labour Party, we do a lot of green initiatives
Yeah.
and sustainability projects around North Kensington.
And
So,
Portia's
yeah.
won prizes for her allotment.
And Billy, we do a lot of gardening in St. Helens and a lot of biodiversity classes as well as sustainability, because we want to
We love
put
them bees.
whatever that we get from the earth back in the earth. Okay?
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
And I think we can say that Portobello Radio will be urging you to vote Labour in these local elections.
Well, you will. I mean, I'm not going to say that.
Play a tune now. Thank you, Portia. And the name is Billy Beckett.
Okay, now sometimes you find yourself in two ways. Yeah. Sometimes your love, it feels divided, yeah. And my answer is to pull out. Your love is like an endless sea. It won't lead me to anywhere. But I'm so confused through all the pain and suffering. You still wanna stay with me. I'm tired of these crises, and I feel like I'm in the dark. I'm not what you need. I'm not what you need.
Absolutely amazing. Don't know who that was.
Because ISIS has left the room. But that gives us a great opportunity to start talking a little bit about some of the events that are going on over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, man.
We are here in the Muse Gallery. Muse Gallery's got a show called Pre-Loved Art. There's actually a picture by one of my oldest friends, Paul Benny, down there. It's basically it's second-hand art. So you're not seeing a new exhibition. It's an alternative to auctions, and it's a way people can sell things without giving as much money to the wicked auctioneers.
Wow, brilliant. Very good indeed. I like that.
We have Flourish. Flourish, as you know, is the wicked group. Ballymore and I can't remember what the other
St. George or something like that, yeah.
Who've got
Evil. I mean, the audacity to call it Flourish. Is just
I know.
They're the
It's
ones.
mad, isn't it?
They're the ones with this plan to build 3,500 flats or something up there at the old Sainsbury's. If you want to know all the reasons why they shouldn't be doing it,
including poisoning the community with some of the most toxic chemicals you could think of.
Any of the old episodes of Portobello Radio.
It's true, actually.
Because we have mentioned it on a number of occasions.
Or go to the website, Keep Kensal Green.
Yeah,
and
if you go on their Instagram page as well, they've got a lot of information about the horrors that would be set us were that terrible thing to go ahead.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, what's happened up till now is that the council, RBKC, the council that Portia and Billy are trying to depose, have given permission for this crazy plan, which is going to snarl up the neighbourhood and blah, blah, blah. Now, Jude and her colleagues at Keep Kensal Green have found a top KC who will take on the project.
Yeah, man.
And he'll
Sounds
do it
mad,
for
doesn't
a
it?
flat fee.
Yeah.
Of
20k.
Of 20k. May sound like a lot, but that is like getting David Beckham to come and play for your five-a-side team. It really is.
Yeah, man.
So we need to raise this money, and there's loads of things going on. On Monday evening, and then the following Tuesday, which must be the 21st, they're doing a kind of immersive film events up there at the Parlour. With it's dinner and film rather than dinner and
I'm trying to think, where's the Parlour? I know this.
Parlour is next door to the Paradise, and it's
I know, yes, around the back.
It's on Regent Road or Regent
It used to be
Street.
called the Regent
It
or something, yeah.
They used to have great raves in there.
Yeah.
So that is happening, and there's two events there. That is quite an intimate thing. On a bigger scale,
Yes.
next Saturday
Yeah, man.
on the 18th, they've got an event at Subterranean.
Otherwise known as Acres.
They've got loads and loads of local acts playing. Headline is Greg Kofi Brown.
Wow.
On this show about
3
weeks.
weeks.
Yeah,
3-4
just
weeks ago,
before
something like that.
International Women's Month.
Yeah, man.
DJ Femi Fem, who used to play for us until whoever it is, my soul, told him that they were threatened by
Yes.
little old Portobello Radio.
Yes, I know.
But he obviously is one of the lovely lads.
Good
who've
man.
Been around here all
Yeah.
along.
But it's a brilliant lineup.
It's a great lineup. So get involved. The KC obviously wouldn't be doing it for a knockdown fee if he didn't think that we could win. The next phase is taking it to Sadiq.
Well, we've already done that. We've already all those of us who are involved have already written. That happened in January. We wrote to Sadiq and asked him to call it in other words, to kind of stop it.
He has called. Well, he's considering it now.
Yeah, so we're waiting, and then of course
having the KC involved is
going to make it stronger.
Yeah, because if you have I'm assuming he's a posh white man, but actually could easily be a black woman now, because it is one of the few areas that people of Afro-Caribbean heritage have managed to be really.
Well, we are. I mean, I think in terms of advocates but particularly solicitors, but actually barristers, there's a lot of African heritage people.
There are
some
indeed.
great QC. Well, what they call them, KCs now.
KCs now,
yeah.
Anyway, get involved. Do what you can, because we are at the moment. It's do or die. It's now or never, as Elvis once said.
Oh.
And whatever you can do, if we can get this money, this guy thinks he can win, and then we won't have the next 10 years ruined, and we'll be able to go to Bush Farm because we'll be able to go to Brent because we'll be able to get across the Harrow Road.
I mean, that's another thing. The transport potential is horrendous.
Yeah, that, the destruction of the cemetery. There's all kinds of
I
crap
mean,
there.
the whole thing is a horror show.
There will be loads going on all summer. This is what's happening in April. Get on board.
And you know what? Even though the money goes towards this fantastic cause, Keep Kensal Green, it's also, there's some really enjoyable stuff there.
Yeah.
Really enjoyable stuff.
Next week, Saturday, we're doing an art bus.
Yay!
We're doing an art bus. Leaves the Muse at 12 o'clock, comes back to the Tabernacle at 5 p.m.
Where the exhibition will be going on.
Exactly.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about that in 1 second. The bus is going to 2 brand new galleries. We're going to Palmer Gallery, which is in Edgware Road. We're also going to the showroom. The showroom has quite an immersive exhibition about local heroes, the Slits, once managed by our very own Dick O'Dell.
Yeah, man.
It's apparently a brilliant exhibition.
Super.
There may be an Eventbrite. It's difficult to tell because Damien, I'm afraid, is away taking a well-deserved break with his family somewhere hot. He hasn't told us where it is. So the bus leaves at 12, comes back at 5. We'll have 2 performers. We're hoping it's going to be Freddie Lennox and Sadie Jemmett.
Nice.
But, details will follow. We're going to the Friends of Holland Park in Holland Park. We're going to Edgware Road. We're going to finish up at the Tabernacle.
Bro.
It will be a great day out. And we're finishing at the Tabernacle because, as you so rightly say, Isis, there is the Making 2030 exhibition at the Tabernacle, which is many of the community groups who have been involved in Nottingdale Future Neighbourhoods, which includes us, making a podcast.
And it includes myself and Ilaria with our Windows of Hope project and the recycling and upcycling
and
project.
many other of your buddies and mates, including, of course, North Kensington Community Energy.
But you must come and see the exhibition of the tiles, the Windows of Hope tiles.
So it's on.
I'm specially invested in.
It starts on Wednesday. It's in the gallery at the Tabernacle. We're hoping that when the bus arrives at 5 p.m. on Saturday, we'll have a tiny party. I have to admit, I'll be at Chelsea versus Manchester United, but don't tell anyone. Drop in anytime. Tabs is so fantastic.
Yeah, it's a brilliant venue. Love it. Love it.
Greg, you had something.
I've got something here that got put in the WhatsApp group by one of the presenters, Zakia. And basically, it's about a group exhibition called Entanglement. It brings together artists from the Royal College of Art and Edinburgh College of Art across painting, sculpture and installations. It's between the 9th to the 12th of April, 12 till 6 p.m. at 1 Tiverton Street, Elephant and Castle. And it's to do with a young man called Fernando, who is a localish resident. He lives in Maida Vale. So Zakia wanted to shout out his exhibition.
Oh, there you go.
So you've
Good
got
work.
a good few days of this.
Absolutely, that sounds fun.
You've got a good few days of this.
Another
thing that is supported by Nottingdale Future Neighbourhoods, and I'm afraid it's the last iteration, is the Avondale Park Fair, which is in Avondale Park, funnily enough, this Sunday. It's from about 11 to 2 or 3. Again, you'll meet many of the people who've been involved in the various events, including Carlos from Urban Wise, with whom we went on our community gardens walk.
Bro.
It's a lovely place to hang out, Avondale Park.
Yeah.
Get on down.
Certainly is. Auntie Doreen down at Pimento Project is having a second-hand clothes sale. Loads and loads of garms down there. Her and her little team.
So they
have been
call it
putting
vintage
together.
now.
Yes, indeed, vintage clothing down there for no money at all. It's going to be good fun, really good fun. That's at 28 Paris Gardens, W111JG. And the last one on my list is our dear mates, the Goulburns, Josh
Bella Pepper.
Yeah, man, exactly. The man behind the Bella Pepper sauce has just released a beer.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah, man. It looks groovy as well.
It's a collab with the Portobello Brewing Company.
Oh, that I didn't know.
Yeah,
That
it's Bella Pepper X Portobello Brewing Company.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Wicked, absolutely wicked. Greg Z, got my beer launching at Royal Exchange in Paddington next Friday if anybody wants to come down. So that's a week today. Come down for some free beers and shake a leg. Wow,
That's the
there
17th.
is an offer, man. There is an offer. I love shaking legs, love free beer.
The Royal Exchange, of course, is where those lovely lads, Jason Mail, Gordon McHarg, Dan Donovan and Paul Simonon have now been going for about 4 years. They won't be there because they're on tour in Japan.
Wow, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Good on them. Good on them. Mount Fuji time. Love
Mount
it.
Fuji.
Absolutely love it.
We're about to meet our last guest, Tina Rose.
Wow, yeah, man.
Who is been introduced to us by our very first homegrown DJ,
No
George
way.
Lupita.
Yeah, man. Who is
Thankfully-
also in the house for the first time in a year or so.
Thankfully back from her world tour.
Yeah.
Isis, will you play a tune?
Most definitely.
And then we will talk to Tina Rose.
Love it.
Can you see me now? With kids. Them say like I don't swear, but I swear that I'll wait for you. Them say make I don't fear, but I'm scared that I won't find you. If it's truth I dare, then I dare like to bring me home. Cause I'm running out of patience to tell you the truth. Baby, I am ready to wake up next to you. Send funny text to you, love you like I'm meant to do for life. For life, I am ready to belong to you. Give all my love to you. Things that I want to do for you. I miss you, baby, even though I never see you. Even though I never see you. I need you, will I ever kiss you? I don't wanna sleep alone tonight. So tell me, baby, where you there? Baby, where you there?
I tell them I go do anything when you like for you. Now me go run until the day where we say, oh, what you a dollar. I check up now your face, never bring light, baby, I come. I check up. And anything where you get like, where I like to get do with you. I know some missing waka, Maggie Butaka, I know if you to go. Yeah, better get your bed. From America, I know the sun of you. Know my pillow.
Oh, baby, I am ready to wake up next to you. Send funny text to you. Love you like I'm meant to do for life. I am ready to belong to you. Give all my love to you. Things that I want to do for you. I miss you, baby, even though I never see you. I really want to see you. I need you, will I ever kiss you? I don't wanna sleep alone tonight. Baby, where you there? Baby, where you there? You wanna shine, you want to rodeo. Baby, me, why you so far away? Hey, where you there? Which way? Tate mapo, tanti love, ojure da.
Yes, that was Where You Dare by Simi featuring Chike.
Is that one of the songs you picked up on your African tour?
No, I was in East Africa. This is Afrobeats West Africa.
Right.
Still a beautiful continent, but you know, different side.
Yeah. Because Africa, of course, is a continent, not a
Yes,
place.
it's the largest continent in the world.
Yeah. Just who was it?
A most ancient place.
Mercator didn't write it right, did he?
Who?
Mercator, the guy who did the map.
Oh yeah,
The
of course.
picture
They still underestimate the actual size of Africa. It's all part of the, neoliberal colonialist thing that's going on. But anyway, we're
More
going
of
to talk
that
about
later.
something different now.
Welcome to the show, Tina Rose.
Thank you for having me.
Tina, why don't you tell us a tiny bit about yourself? All we know is you're a friend of George's, and she has such exquisite taste in music. You must be brilliant.
Well, I wouldn't classify myself as brilliant. I would say that I do have passion for music. So the people who like the music I deliver would join me to celebrate what I present or represent. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I come from a very musical family. It started with my father. he sings very well. But he didn't get the opportunity to bring out his song into a recording tape or whatnot back in the past.
No, back in the day it wasn't that easy.
It wasn't that easy, exactly. But he's raised children who equally love music. The song you're about to hear is produced by my twin brother.
Oh.
And so we've just done everything from home on a very raw platform, and hopefully you enjoy it.
And the name of the song?
So it's 2 songs we're doing today. Loving You.
What's the first one that we're going to hear?
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
So,
Beautiful.
are we ready to set it up, or shall I ask another question? Here we go. We'll give you a moment.
Oh.
This is live radio, people. And if you've heard a bit of banging and crashing outside on the street, we are live from the Muse Gallery right on the Portobello Road. And we're delighted, says the weather's perked up.
And there's a beautiful exhibition as well, so you could pass in and have a look.
Yeah. No, I was just trying to explain all the noises outside.
No, well, I'm just also mentioning what's going on in here.
We've
We've got the noise outside with the market, and you've got the exhibition inside with us in the middle of it. Yeah, and the dulcet tones of Portobello.
Beautiful, I don't wanna leave alone. When you touch me, I can sing to your soul. My precious dream, you are the only above. Beautiful one, I sing to my soul. How I dream of thee, the only certainty that brings me to my knees. If they could see your deeds, they understand my plea to be only where you be. I'll be with royalty in time for you, beautiful one. How that you care? The times that we shared would be the only dream that I adore. Alluring so, only God knows. This heart's for you, the righteous place from God's eternity. Beautiful, I don't wanna leave alone. No, when you touch me, I can sing to your soul. My precious dream, you are the only above. Oh, beautiful one, how you sing to my soul. Incarnate to be with you, by the wheel of time we meet, and the power of space we dream. Our meaning to raise one soul. If this be eternally, if time will not enemy, forever live with me in the sea of the dream. Beautiful one, how that you care? The times that we share would be the only dream that I adore. Alluring so, only God knows. This heart's for you, the rightful place from God's eternity. Beautiful, I don't wanna leave alone. No, when you touch me, I can sing to your soul. Oh, my precious dream, you are the only above. Beautiful one, how you sing to my soul. Beautiful, I wanna hold you, and I understand you. Oh baby, let me hold you. I wanna be with you, oh baby. Yeah, beautiful baby. When you touch me, baby,
Is that, I mean, that was beautiful. That was beautiful.
Thank
No
you.
question about it.
Thank you. Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
That's most kind.
that was fantastic. You mentioned your family and your twin brother working together. Can you paint a picture of what it was like when you were young? Did you sing around the piano? Do you all play different instruments?
Yes. So I do come from a family that's quite musical. My father was a singer, and he noticed that I sang from very young. And we grew up in a church, and he was doing pastoring. So we used to go to different churches, mainly because my background is from Ghana. We did a lot of Ghanaian churches.
Akwaba.
And we would sing, and it was absolutely amazing. We loved it, and we were quite grateful for the opportunity. My older brother, who actually trained me in music, is a keyboardist. And I remember he would start from the lowest key and go to the highest key. And I had to be able to hit the notes.
So he was exercising that voice of yours.
It was
Like you
very
did just now.
intense. It was very, very intense. But I'm really grateful for that experience. And the producer is a drummer originally, and he's learned all sorts of instruments. That's why he's doing production.
What about you? Are there any instruments that you play alongside that beautiful voice of yours?
Do you know what? You'll be quite disappointed. If I play the notes, your ears will blow up.
So you basically focused on training that that
Yes.
instrument.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
the only instrument
In
I
some ways,
play.
the greatest instrument. That is very much the tradition of kind of American soul, isn't it? People like Aretha Franklin, all those great singers were brought up in the gospel tradition. And it also teaches you to sing with other people.
Exactly.
I do also think there is something in West Africa, because I know Fela Kuti, for example, his grandfather was a pastor as well, and I believe some of his musical talent came or was focused through the church. It's and even if it's not the church, even in traditional spiritual systems, and people, there is a thing about music in the spiritual and religious system in African heritage people.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And in fact, one of these podcasts we did with Imperial College, I think last year, was about that it's scientifically proved that the whole process of singing together and trying to get your voices, the number of neurons you're using in those communications, it's something you can't talk about. It can only happen in that way.
Yes.
You're going to sing another song.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Loving You is the next song. Loving You, along with Beautiful, was written and produced by the same person, which is my twin.
What's he called?
Yeah, what's his name?
Oh, Mr. E Beats.
Mr. E Beats.
Mr. E Beats. That's his production name. I'm not the only person he produced. He produced other artists as well. But Loving You was actually written by him. He's obsessed with soul. Everything's soul music.
We all are.
Well, I'm
Soul is
blessed.
soul.
Yeah,
Come on.
Portobello Radio comes from the soul.
Yes.
Guys, are we ready to roll? We're loving you.
Tell us a little bit about the Ghana radio interview.
Oh,
Oh yes.
tell us about the Ghana Radio.
Yes, it's in Ghana. I do have a project coming up, 2 projects actually. One was that I opened a charity institution in Ghana, and the aim was to help and to feed people that were less privileged. And along that side, we are able to play most of my music on some of the radios in Ghana. So we have a project in July where I'll be flying over and be doing a lot more of the TV interviews. It's quite exciting. I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to that and see what that brings.
Yeah. Well, you're very good at being interviewed, I'll tell you
Oh.
that.
Yeah, you won't have a problem at all.
Thank you.
So, introduce the song. And
This is Tina Rose, and Loving You is next. Loving you, needing you, loving you. that I know He keeps me safe. I can see the lonely stars. Don't you feel the lonely pain? Like this I live all day. Ooh, loving you, needing you. Ooh, loving you, needing you. Ooh, yeah, oh Lord, ooh yeah. So that was a very short.
That was very short. That's only when what happened.
Very, very short preview. It's a 1 minute introduction song.
Tina Rose, we're about to leave the show. Tell us how we follow you on social media. How do we get hold of your music? When are you going to play soon? All that stuff.
I'm all over social media, from TikTok, Instagram is all Tina Rose 228.
Tina Rose 228.
Yes, Tina Rose 228. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube. I didn't actually know I had YouTube until recently. But yes, I'm on YouTube.
The management never tell you anything.
They never told me anything. I just found myself there. So YouTube, Apple Music, all over the platform, Tina Rose.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Well, we wish you the best of luck when you're over there in Ghana doing all your TV and having the whole country listen to your music.
Yeah,
I'm
and make sure you share your socials with us and keep us updated on your Ghana radio project.
No, you're going to blow them away. You're going to be #1 in Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening. This show has been dedicated to a young man who lost his life so tragically on Tuesday night. We are going to do our level best to find some way of, I don't know, doing something positive.
Drawing something mega positive out of this horrible tragedy that we've been suffering from.
Meanwhile, our hearts and minds and condolences and just shock go out to Chris and Leah, who I literally can't imagine what it's like sitting there wherever they are right now.
And all their friends and family. Finn had so many beautiful friends.
Yeah.
Wonderful mates.
Yeah, including people like Jay Monzi, one of our DJs.
Yeah.
Finn was one of our DJs.
Yeah. Oh, dear lad. I'm going to miss you, mate.
We're going to miss you. You've been listening to Portobello Radio. Obviously, we'll be around all weekend. This show repeats at midday tomorrow and 10 a.m. on Sunday. Tomorrow from 2, we have, from 2, every Saturday and Sunday, we have our Saturday session, Sunday Rewind. Tomorrow we got Mick Robinson, his show. He's the guy from the White Bear. His show is dedicated to Finn. Charlie Forbes' Medicine Show coming on at 3 o'clock. That's the blues stuff. Lee Tapper, Brazil 1982 is on at 4.
Oh,
Scarlett London will be recording a show at the last minute, probably. She's on tomorrow at 5.
Oh, right.
6 is probably Minna. At 7 we have Jez Harkin, a brilliant show. We don't know what we got at 8, but maybe we'll put a bit of Gregsy on.
Who knows?
At 9 to 11 we collab with Trailer Happiness and Mecca and Jordan and Natural High.
Lovely,
because
reggae
they're
session.
on every Sunday down there at Trailer Happiness doing the reggae. What are you
And of
doing
course,
tomorrow?
you can always tune into Faferity Radio with me, the Eclectic Goddess, 4 till 6. And I'll be doing music from the continent.
Beautiful.
Stay tuned to
Beautiful.
Portobello Radio.
Well,
when you want a
music-
little break, you can pop over and listen to
Music
me.
from Brussels, where I've just been.
No, the real continent. Mama Africa, there is only one.
Play a tune, country
Absolutely
girl.
brilliant. Yeah, go on, you play
I
us
wasn't.
out. Why not?
I
Why not?
I wasn't even prepared for that. I'd actually jumped out of the music. But do you know what?
Shall we just turn
yeah,
up
just
volume?
play something up. Turn up the volume.
Gregsy, go
Turn
on.
up the
Yeah,
bass.
You've been listening to Portobello Radio live and direct from the Muse Gallery here on Portobello Road.